Hi, my name is Hannah Manjette, and it is a pleasure to be partnering again with Expert Orthopaedics to be bringing you some therapeutic yoga. I have a website called Hannah Manjette, so if you would like to find out what else I'm up to in the yoga world, please feel free to visit me there. I specialize in bringing yoga to people of all shapes, sizes, and abilities. Today we're going to be doing some yoga that addresses elbow and shoulder mobility issues. We'll be doing some yoga with our chair, we'll be doing some yoga at the wall, and then also we'll be doing some yoga poses on the mat. So first let's grab our chair, and we'll be using the back side of it for support. And this is going to address any shoulder issues we might be having. So let's start by placing our right hand just on the back of the chair very gently. Bring our right foot forward and our left foot back, and just get a nice little bend in our knees. Nothing too major, but just a nice little micro bend in them. We're going to take our left shoulder and really just let it hang down. Let it really relax out of that socket. Really let gravity sort of do the work for us here. And then we're going to gently just swing it back and forth. Again, letting it hang out of that socket. Letting gravity pull the arm towards the floor. You want to do this back and forth motion about 30 times. Really just trying to relax it and let it go. The tendency will be to kind of hold it up and bring it back up. Really just wanting to let it go and relax. And then we'll come up and do the other side. So now our left hand will be on the back of the chair. Left foot forward, right foot back. Nice little micro bend. You're going to let that right arm hang down now. Letting gravity do the work for you. So really just letting it hang down and then swinging back and forth. Really avoiding the tendency to hold up the arm. Really just letting it relax out of that socket. Really letting it relax, just letting it go, letting gravity do the work for us. And then coming up out of that. Now let's move our chair aside for a moment. Now let's come to the wall. We're going to pigeon toe our feet. So toes will be pointing inward, heels pointing outward. So it's going to feel like your butt is sticking out a little bit. And we're going to take our hands and bring them up overhead. You're going to come close to the wall. You want You want your chest to almost be touching the wall. So you want to come pretty close to the wall. And then you're going to just trace the wall with your hands. You want to be able to do it with both your hands. So you want to be able to let your right and your left arm expand out. And then from here, just bring your arms back as much as you can. Really engage your shoulder blades, engage your traps. Bring it back to the wall, and then come back up. Let's do that again. So bring it out, trace it along the wall, bring those arms back as much as you can. You might not be able to go back as far as I can, and that's okay. Just as far as is comfortable. You don't want to be in pain. And really squeeze those shoulder blades together, engage those traps. Bring it back towards the wall and up. Nice. We'll just keep doing that a few more times. Breathing, remembering to breathe always. Deep inhales and exhales. Very nice. Just 3 more times. And last one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then back and up. Very nice. So now we're going to do an exercise that will address elbow mobility as well as work our shoulders a little bit as well. So let's just come to the middle of our mats. And we're going to have our feet about shoulder width apart, but really just in a very comfortable stance. Let's bring our elbows in towards our waist. So we're going to make fists. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, keeping those elbows in real close to our waistline and in real close to our rib cage, we're going to bring the fists outward. And as we bring our fists outward, we're going to engage those traps again and squeeze our shoulder blades together. Then bring them back. And then bring them outward again. So just keep going in and out. A few more times. Remembering to breathe. Keeping your elbows in towards your rib cage. And one more time. And when you do this, it's important to have a lot of dynamic tension. So what I mean by dynamic tension is even though, you know, we're not holding anything, we don't really have any resistance like weights or a resistance band or anything, you still want to have resistance with your own body. So really engage those muscles Think of dynamic tension as muscles hugging the bone and skin hugging the muscles. And slowly bringing those arms out and then back in, really engaging your muscles, really engaging those traps. And now let's come down to our mat and we'll do a few yoga postures on the mat. So, the first one we're going to do is baby cobra. Baby cobra, this is just a good one to get warmed up for what we'll be doing next. So baby cobra, your hands are flat on the mat right underneath your shoulders and those elbows are drawn in towards your rib cage. You have a nice and neutral neck position, and so what I mean by that is we're not looking up and we're not crunching our neck down, but it's nicely in line with our spine. So we're just gazing at the top of our mat. We're going to inhale, exhale, use our shoulder and our upper back muscles to pull us up off the mat. And you can use your hands for support, but you should be able to lift your hands off the mat and still hold the position. So let's try that together. Let's inhale, exhale. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale down, exhale up. So now, what I'd like to do is another version of cobra where your forearms are on the mat. Your palms are nicely planted on the mat, fingers are spread out, and we're using our shoulders to support us, but we're not sinking into our shoulders. Sometimes the tendency is for us to kind of load our weight into our shoulder joints, but we want to pull up out of those shoulder joints. And what will help us do that is by engaging our back muscles, especially by squeezing those shoulder blades together, engaging our traps, as well as engaging our core. So those core muscles we talk so much about. So engaging that core, stabilizing our core, having a nice neutral neck position. So we're just gazing ahead, we're not looking up, we're crunching our neck down, we're just looking forward. So let's try that together. So, forearms are parallel to the sides of the long sides of your mat. Palms are facing the short side. Going to inhale, exhale, just come on up. Your elbows want to be underneath your shoulder joints, using your back muscles and your traps to keep you supported. Engaging that core, keeping your legs on the mat, and breathing here. Be mindful that we're not sinking, lifting using our back muscles. Very nice. Let's push ourselves back and come into a child's position. Let's bring our big toes together, knees are wide. Extend those arms out, forehead comes to touch the mat, and we'll just breathe here for a few moments. And then let's come on up to a standing position. So the last exercise we'll do is also an exercise for your shoulders, but it also will help with elbow mobility because our elbows are fully extended. So we're going to make a fist, but we want our thumbs to be facing outward. We're going to turn our thumbs so they're facing behind us. And then we're going to reach back with our arms as far as we can. Our arms are out into a T position. So once we've gotten our arms back as far as they'll go, we're going to just make little circles with our arms. And first we're going to go clockwise. So we'll be going back. It'll kind of seem like we're going backwards first. And again, you want to do these little circles 30 times, so we'll do 30 of these. See if we can do them a little bit faster. Smiling and breathing. And a little bit faster. Good. And now we're going to switch. So now we're going to go counterclockwise. A little bit faster. And a little bit faster. Good. Let's shake out those shoulders and we roll back a few times, forward a few times. Let's take a few neck rolls just to loosen things up. So let's drop our neck to our right shoulder, bring it down towards our chest, and bring it over to the left shoulder. Let's just rotate those neck circles with our own breath. Whatever pace feels good for you. You might want to linger on one side or the other. Couple more times. And then bringing your head back up to a neutral position. Let's grab our chair. We'll do just one final stretch just to kind of stretch everything out before we end our time together. We'll just do a nice forward fold. So let's come to face the seat of our chair. We'll have our feet about net width apart. We're going to roll down by first placing your palms on the seat of the chair, or if this is uncomfortable, you can always make fists. And from here, maybe this is a nice stretch for you. You're welcome to stay here. You can also bring your forearms down to the chair. Or you can grab on to the legs of the chair. Sort of let your head hang heavy. Maybe you even want to rest your head on the seat of your chair. That sometimes feels nice. Breathing here, feeling the nice hamstring stretch. And then let's come on up. Let's bend our knees just slightly. Place one hand and then the other on your thighs. And then come on up to a standing position. Well, as always, it was an absolute pleasure to bring my passion for yoga to you and to Expert Orthopaedics. Be sure to check back here for more videos like this from us. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing day.